I'm in a conference room, and it's one that looks similar like this. So let's get me in that conference room. There, now I'm in the conference room. So I'm in a conference room in Atlanta, and where I'm at a client site. It's myself and Lori, one of my top doggers, one of my consultants, and her and I are sitting somewhere, over here on the side of the conference table. There's 38 other folks in the room. It's a pretty crowded room. People are really excited. This was actually the final meeting for a project we were doing. We're doing an inclusive leadership thingy. And everyone's just in a good mood. It was basically just like the recap and then celebrate with cake or whatever afterwards. And right about there is where the senior executive is sitting. And that senior executive is the one who literally wrote the checks to my little business and was overall in charge of this project. And he's sitting there having a chat with somebody, and his gender is important to the story. So we're just about to start, and you hear that senior executive turn to the person who was there and say, "Well, you know how all women drive." And silence. The entire room, including Laura and I, just kind of looked over at him and looked his way, but no one said a word. It was just that screech of the record and silence. Now, at that moment, every single one of us was not defending the rights of all the women in the room, and we were engaging what's called silent collusion. Silent collusion is the practice of neither defending or supporting nor defending the rights of others to be fully included in the workplace. And it's really something that, as we think about being a consciously inclusive leader, where you just remain silent when someone says a disparaging or, quite frankly, stupid remark that we really didn't want to hear and did not need to hear, but when we don't say a word, we're silently colluding or supporting that statement being said. If you disregarded everything I've said during our conversation here today, don't do that. If you want to be a consciously inclusive leader, be a heart-centered leader, a successful leader, one that builds rapport and trust with those around you, don't engage in silent collusion. Why? Because I already said the word, trust. When you engage in silent collusion, the trust that you build up with those around you can erode. And I've seen it happen many times over, unfortunately, where someone says a disparaging remark, "You know how women drive," and no one says a word. People are watching you as a leader. And remember, all y'all are leaders, so people are looking at what you do, what you say, and what you don't say within the workplace. And we want to be sure that as leaders, we want to foster that trust. We want to not engage in that silence, because being on stage, we're always being looked at, and we want folks to say, "You know what? Steve didn't say anything when he said, women drive. What if it's my group? Or what if I am part of that group that was just disparaged? That's not cool."
Woof.